Welcome back to Master 79. In this lesson, we take one ielts writing task 1 bar chart all the way from a blank page to a complete Band 9 model answer. You will see the chart, the brainstorming, the paragraph plan, and every sentence of the writing. Here is the task. The chart below shows the spending in millions by 18 to 20-year-olds in one country on 5 different products in 2010 and 2014. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Notice what the task does not ask for. It does not ask for your opinion, and it does not ask for reasons. And here is the chart. 5 product categories along the bottom. 2 bars for each one, amber for 2010, teal for 2014. Spending in millions runs up the side. Before you write a single word, spend 30 seconds just looking. Let your eye find the tallest bar, the shortest bar, and the pair with the biggest gap between them. Let us pin the numbers down. Food, 3,750, rising to 4,250. Clothes, 2,500, essentially flat. Books, 1,000, collapsing to 480. Smartphones, 1,980, climbing to 2,750. Toiletries, 1,900, barely moving to 1,960. Now brainstorm and ask only 2 questions. First, what is biggest? Food leads in both years by a wide margin. Books sit at the bottom in both years, and the rank order barely changes apart from one swap. Second, what changed? Books more than half. Smartphones jump by roughly 40%. Clothes and toiletries are essentially flat. Those 2 questions give you your entire overview. Next, group what you found. Group 1, the stable ones, food, higher and rising steadily, clothes, unchanged at about 2,500, toiletries, unchanged at about 1,900. Group 2, the movers, smartphones up sharply, overtaking toiletries, books down sharply, more than halved. And here is the sentence that lifts your score. They move in opposite directions. Say so explicitly. That gives us a 4-paragraph plan. Introduction, paraphrase the prompt, no data. Overview, biggest, smallest, and the main trend, and still no figures. Body 1, the stable categories, with figures. Body 2, the 2 movers, with figures and a comparison. 2 body paragraphs, split by behavior, not by category. That is the whole trick. Paragraph 1, the introduction. The bar chart compares the amount of money, in millions, that people aged 18 to 20 in one country spent on 5 categories of product in 2010 and 2014. 1 sentence. Every content word from the prompt replaced shows becomes compares, spending becomes the amount of money spent, products becomes categories of product. Paragraph 2, the overview. Overall, food was by far the largest area of expenditure in both years, while books consistently attracted the least spending. The most striking developments over the period were a steep fall in the amount spent on books and a marked rise in smartphone expenditure, whereas outlay on clothes and toiletries remained virtually unchanged. Notice not one figure in the entire paragraph. That is deliberate. Paragraph 3, the stable categories. In 2010, spending on food stood at roughly $3,750 million, rising to approximately $4,250 million 4 years later, which left it comfortably ahead of every other category. Clothes ranked second throughout, yet the figure was static at around $2,500 million in both years. Toiletries at just under $1,900 million in 2010 likewise saw only a negligible increase to a little over $1,950 million. Paragraph 4. The movers. The two remaining categories moved in opposite directions. Expenditure on smartphones climbed from close to $2,000 million to about $2,750 million, a rise of nearly 40%, overtaking toiletries to become the third largest category. Books, by contrast, suffered a dramatic decline, more than halving from $1,000 million to under $500 million. Here is the complete answer. Pause the video and read it as one piece, because that is how an examiner meets it. Watch how the overview promises a story and the two body paragraphs deliver exactly that story, in the same order, with the figures filled in. Steal this language for things that changed, climbed, rose, or surged to, fell steeply, or more than halved, a marked rise in, or a steep fall in, for things that do not change, remained virtually unchanged, was static at around, saw only a negligible increase. Notice that half of these are nouns, not verbs. Being able to switch between the two is exactly what lexical resource means. Why this reaches Band 9. Task achievement, a clear overview, no opinion, all 5 categories covered with accurate figures. Coherence and cohesion, logical grouping, stable categories, and then the movers, with linkers doing real work. Lexical resource, precise, varied vocabulary of change and stability. Grammar, mixed structures, participle clauses, and accurate comparatives. And an honest note. Band 9 here reflects our own writing quality assessment against the public ielts band descriptors. It is not a certified examiner score. So, the rhythm for the exam. Plan for 2 minutes. Write for 16. Check for 2. Group first, then write, and never list the chart bar by bar. If this helps, subscribe to bmaster79 for more Task 1 and Task 2 walkthroughs. See you in the next one.